Welcome back to Different Look. I'm Maniko Barthelemy. If you're just joining us, we are highlighting fathers throughout the show in honor of Father's Day. It is safe to say nothing quite eases a father's heart like sharing an award-winning moment with both of his sons. For the Tyndall family, leaving several golf tournaments with a trophy in hand is just part of a family legacy and a love for the game. From the time Connor and Ryan Tyndall were old enough to ride a bike, their father Skip taught them how to perfect their drive and swing. All three of the Tyndalls join us today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Skip, what's it like to have not just the I Love Me wall, but the I Love Me in both of my sons?
I'm very lucky. I've coached my kids through all the sports, and I'm lucky that they've gravitated to golf, and they're both very good at it.
And in 2012, you and Connor won a trophy, right?
Connor and I won the Maryland State Father-Son.
Okay. And whose idea was it to enter? I'm guessing.
Mine. Connor and I have played in it probably 2 or 3 years, and before that, Ryan and I probably played 5 or 6 years in a row. So it was a big thing for me to play and spend that time with my kids.
And Ryan, how do you feel following kind of in your father's footsteps and learning the game of golf? Were you interested initially?
Yeah, I've been interested ever since I could walk. I really don't remember life before golf.
Oh.
So it's kind of like second nature to me, which has been, I always gravitated right to it. And I would get more upset if I wasn't included early on when my dad would go play.
Okay. And how about you, Connor? You started?
I was probably a little bit different. Basketball was kind of my first sport, but I'd say probably early middle school I started to really like it, and I knew I wanted to play college golf and high school golf. So.
Okay. And when you guys won last year, how'd you feel getting the trophy with your dad?
Obviously it was an awesome experience. I know my dad was very happy to win a state championship with me because he had one before with my brother, so it was a really good experience.
Ryan, did you kind of feel like you set the tone for Connor to kind of follow in your footsteps in a sense?
I don't know about setting the tone. I think I kind of got cut. As soon as Connor got a little bit better than me, then he quickly moved on to, as my dad's gotten older, he needs a little better partner. So maybe,
That's not true. But
maybe, so no, I'm very happy for him, and it was fun. Looking through it, I don't think many fathers have won with 2 different sons. So.
And Skip, what do you feel kind of taught the boys how to not just deal with golf, but the time you spent on the golf course with each other, either teaching them how to perfect their swing or their drive and that sort of thing? How do you feel like the game of golf applies to the things that they do as young men?
I've always felt like the more time I can spend with them, the better off I am, and I teach them along the way. But I've been so lucky that they both like to play golf, and I do, and we'll spend 4 or 5 hours a day doing that. And I don't know how many dads get to do that, really. And then when we're done, they go their separate directions, so it's really been a good thing. But they both work hard at it, they enjoy it, and they realize the more they practice, the better they get. And I think that's a good lesson in life, too, that the harder they work, the better off they're going to be.
And how about you, Ryan? What you learned from your father as you were spending so much time with him on the golf course?
I think he's always set a great example from temperament, just from handling the ups and downs. I think golf teaches you a ton of great life lessons, just from starting with simple things like showing up on time to always being honest, even if it's not the easiest thing to do, but to make the right decisions and stuff like that.
How about you, Connor? Did you kind of feel like you were compromising your teenage years? Because you're rather young, you're 19. And did you sometimes look at your dad and go, really, the golf course? I'm 16, I'm driving now.
I definitely think it teaches you some life skills as far as communicating with and networking with, adults and being polite. Golf is one sport where you meet people every day, no matter who it is, and I think it's important that you do have that life skill.
And how would you describe your dad?
Like my brother said, growing up, he always had a great temperament. Golf definitely teaches you, you can't get ahead of yourself and become angry if something doesn't go right. So I think I definitely learned that life lesson from him.
How about you?
I'd say patience, the first thing that comes to mind. Now that I get older, and I don't know how, I've never heard my dad yell, even today. I mean, he definitely gets upset, but I've never really heard him yell. So.
And Skip, what is it that you see in Ryan and Connor that you know comes from your family tree?
Well, first of all, they're both better golfers than I am now, so we'll get that out of the way. But I have a good sense of humor, and I don't take myself too seriously, and I'm very patient, and I think I see that in both of my kids right now, and I think those are good traits.
And what advice do you have for fathers raising sons?
Spend as much time as you can with them, and golf has been a fantastic way for me to do that. But the more time you spend with them, the better you know them, and you know, you can keep a good handle on things.
The Maryland State Golf Association's father-son tournament is coming up this year. You guys are participating?
We are.
Okay. You and Ryan,
I'm
you and
not,
Connor.
yeah.
Well, are you retired, Ryan?
No, just.
Okay, so you'll be going for another trophy.
Probably with Connor. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what have you been doing to kind of prepare yourself for that?
I mean, I play golf a couple times a week, so I'm always trying to get a little bit better, and these guys are way better, so I just have to hold up my end of the deal.
And Ryan, how would you describe following in your father's footsteps as a parent? Are there things that you're definitely going to use, you know, with your kids?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I mean, I think the main thing, my parents, and mainly my dad and my mom as well, but never pushing us to do anything, doing all different activities and kind of gravitating towards what our passion was, what we really enjoyed.
Connor?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, it's definitely important just to, when I do have kids or whatever, you know, to spend a lot of time with your kids, and I think golf is definitely a good way to do it.
How do you guys normally celebrate Father's Day?
I ask them to be nice to me for 24 hours, and they can usually make it about 12 hours.
Oh, okay. You guys just said golf teaches you patience.
It does. Well, it's a work in progress, though. No, seriously, I ask them usually to play golf with me and be nice to me. We joke about that, so we all have good senses of humor.
And what's the weirdest thing you've gotten him for Father's Day, both of you? Or made, you know, every child makes that thing where the parent goes, this is nice,
Yeah.
but
I know he still has something, it's hanging in the room somewhere. It's like world's best father, and it looks like I was probably 13 when I did it, but it looks like a 3-year-old made it. So. But,
what about you, Connor?
You know, I was just thinking about that, but other than that, I can't really think of anything too weird that I've given them.
So
Usually a card or...
Ryan gets the trophy for the weirdest
does
thing
get the
so
trophy,
far.
yeah.
Were you able to get your daughters involved in golf? Because you have 2 daughters.
I taught them to play, and they can both play, but they don't really love it like my sons do.
Okay. All righty. Well, thank you guys for joining us. And, of course, we wish you luck this
Thank you.
Father's Day in the tournament.
Thank
Be sure
you.
to let us know if you've won, Connor, so that we can remind Ryan that now you're the man. Again, thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us, and happy Father's Day to you, Skip. Make sure you guys treat him to something.